You know Valve.
Oh,
they claim to be really smart people. They're venturing into the hardware business. Apparently they've never heard of Razor Fist, tell us all about this glorious endeavor.
All right.
I think I'm a fish.
All I have to say is, like, way to strike while the iron is frozen stiff, Valve. You know what I mean? Like, guys, I recognize the Valve has, I think, classically had kind of a Midas touch. You know what I mean? Like, everything they touch just turns to gold, which has got to suck when it's time to play with yourself. If you don't believe me, just ask Sainted.
Yeah, you'd know if you were looking.
Gold member.
But I really think Gabe Newell is about to experience some, are you ready for this? Valve prolapse. Bam!
Bam.
You really, seriously, you could not pick a worse time to get into the hardware market than right now.
Well,
I honestly, I don't see it happen. I mean, any other white-hot markets you fellas would like to hop into head first? Like real estate, maybe? You know what I mean?
How about Facebook gaming?
Of course, real estate couldn't work because you'd have to find a house bigger than Gabe Newell.
I'm quite happy at the moment with
that's an impossibility on its own.
Valve and hardware. I already have a Valve console. I call it my PC.
I call it my Steam account. Yay!
Yeah.
Which is now tethered to my PS3 for some fucking reason.
Ooh.
I mean, do they give any sort of reason why they're doing this, or is this just, hey, well, guess what we're doing?
They did. They said we'd like to. They said they're disappointed in where the hardware market is heading. That they're not taking advantage of technology and they're not pushing technology forward.
No, they seem to be taking advantage of customers instead of technology.
This is true.
This is very, very true.
I mean, they do have a point, but you know that's just code for we're greedy, we want some more money, give it to us.
Well, but I mean, you know, the time for this knight in shining armor shit was like a year and a half ago. You know,
If
so
Valve want to give it a go, I don't see any reason why not. Let them have a punt at it.
Yeah, but it's like EA deciding, oh, we're going to release a console. You have to have the Origin service just to use it. You have to have an online connection just to use it. Oh, by the way, all the games are download only. Yay!
I know, but
it's pretty much
look at it.
what box is going to be, whatever they're going to fucking call it.
But they're getting involved now, which is a lot like leasing an office in a building that is about to be condemned.
To be quite honest, this fucking gaming market's fucking condemned at the moment.
Well, that's part of it too. So you know, I hope they do well.
It could be interesting in a couple of years down the line to see if things have shifted from people doing the PS3, Xbox 360 debate to the Ouya versus Steambox debate, maybe.
Yeah.
Steambox, that reminds me of a girl I knew in high school. Anyway.
There is one thing I'm worried about with this thing. What's it going to look like? Is it going to look like a fucking porthole cover or something? You know, you got big fucking
look like an iPod dock.
you're going to put a disc inside your Valve box. You got to turn this fucking wheel on the top just to open the fucking lid. Whoop, there we go. Put the game in, and then you have to turn it around, and then then to turn it on, you've got like this old nautical fucking communication thing. You go right, turn the console on, cling, cling, and then
no, one of those little wheels you used to have to turn on the front of cars. Just bend down there and fucking...
And this one you actually have to submerge in water, but it has to go down like 5,000 feet in order to create the right pressure to push in the power switch, right?
Yeah, and then it gets hit by an iceberg and sinks. There we go.
Well, that's always good news. But, yeah, so Valve hardware, that's...
Alf, have you anything to add to this?
Yeah, what do you think?
Pretty much all my opinions on it is it'll boil down to Ouya versus the Steam box, and Steam is big enough that it could warrant its own machine, but it's not really necessary because most people have PCs, and most PCs are more than capable of handling most of the things that are on Steam, at least at minimal requirements. So I really just find it to be kind of pointless, because then it'll be like, well, it doesn't do enough. All right, let's overload it with apps. And let's give it a bunch of other features. At the end of the day, you already have a PC. Fuck it. It's unnecessary and unneeded. So, yeah, I don't think that they should really jump into the market, but that's just my opinion.
But if they jump in... I was going to say, if they jump into a market where There's the Nintendo fucking Wii U coming out. They've got Xbox are working on a new console. Fucking Sony are working on a new console. If they release when there's that fucking shitstorm happening, then there's the Ouya to consider. Then they've got this, what we're going to call it, the Valve box, the V box, the SD box, whatever you want to fucking call the damn thing. It's a bad time. It's going to turn back into like the mid to late 90s where everybody had a console out at one point or another. And it's just going to be silly. Might as well just keep it as simple and as easy as possible. Keep Valve games on a PC.
I'm curious how they're going to sell it.
Well,
really.
here's
what
the
can you
other
possibly
thing.
say?
If you look at like this, look at how many people already have Steam and are on it frequently, if not daily. So why would they want an additional machine to do what they're already doing right now?
Plus,
Exactly.
a lot of people that I know use Steam for the fact that they can use a mouse and keyboard with their games. They don't want to switch to a console.
And the last time we had a mouse on a fucking games console was the Dreamcast. And how many games?
No,
have
there's
used that?
actually there's a mouse on the 360, isn't there? There's a attachment.
Yeah, but what are you going to use it for?
Well, you can
probably
also
for
hook it up to-
MMOs.
You can
Command
hook it
and
up to
Conquer.
PS3 as well.
But you don't use it.
That's
for
right.
games.
There was one for Command and Conquer. That's right.
Yeah, they also had it for Unreal Tournament 3 whenever that came out, so you could have the keyboard and mouse set up. And somebody told me that you can use it for the browser, but I've never been able to confirm that, so I have no clue if that's true or not.
Well, you can barely use the keyboard for the browser on the PS3, and I'm not sure what it's like on the Xbox 360, but it's fucking Internet Explorer, so it's bound not to work.
We don't have a browser on 360 yet.
But when it does, is it going to work?
The main
Probably
thing,
not.
though, is that people argue that, the Steam box is pretty necessary because it would be nice to be able to play things on my TV. And here's the thing. Right now, I'm doing this podcast in front of a desktop that's hooked up to my TV.
Yep,
I
most
mean, you
decent
can hook up-
graphics cards have HDMI.
Yeah, you can hook all your computers up to your TVs now. You can hook your laptops up to your TV. You can even hook a fucking tablet and a phone up to a TV. So it's not really necessary. And the thing is, they'll be spreading themselves so fucking thin because it's like, okay, you're competing against Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. Okay, the Ouya's coming out. Okay, you have to go against them. Up on Live, which is still alive and kicking. Ha ha ha.
Or so we've been
you know,
told.
Yeah, apparently with quotation marks and whatnot, and underlining that a couple times. But, you're competing against that as well. And then on top of that, you're competing against handhelds. So the 3DS, the Vita, and you're competing against all phones. You want to jump into this mix? No, it's already crowded. Way too fucking crowded.
That's my point.
And they're competing against themselves because
Yeah.
Steam is the PC gaming platform.
Yep. So
It's a
then
console killer.
Yeah,
You wanna-
right.
they would
No,
have-
Origin. What are you talking about? Come on, guys.
No. Mobile is the console killer. You didn't know that?
When?
Well, because that one guy said that one time.